all of that. I'm getting smiley faces and laugh out louds. I post this on YouTube later, so that's why I'm explaining and there's commentary. So if you ever miss any, again, this is episode 9. There are so many episodes. By so many, I mean there are 8 more before this that are on YouTube right now. Or you can check out the Ramblings blog at quincyfortemusic.com /the Ramblings for more amazing ones. And the one I did with Great Beer Adventure, Amanda, she's pretty cool. She's really amazing. And I say really amazing a lot. It's one of those modifier words that I don't mind using all the time. As I'm digressing, people always ask me sort of how I'm doing. And my answer is always something super positive. And strangely enough, they're surprised by that. And it always hits me I'm kind of taken aback that they're surprised, because I would assume that most people would answer in somewhat of a positive manner. But apparently that is not the case. So I'm always amazing. I'm always awesome. I'm always stellar. Groovy is another favorite. But man, I feel that when you answer that question, how are you doing, in a way that is super positive, the person asking, they may not even really care how you're doing. But I think it puts a smile, and it may brighten their day when you are super positive. And maybe sometimes that positivity can be somewhat infectious. And so that's why I've always answered that way. And so just in case anybody ever wondered why I have done that, and why I call everybody sir and ma'am, it's partly Southern, but it's also partly just because I had a store manager when I was working at Office Max that was, he's the one who got me into sort of meditation. He got me into the place where I reread this book called Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. If you've never read it, it's about a talking gorilla. The talking gorilla tells his thank you, sir. I am a gentleman. But yeah, the talking gorilla totally tells about life from his perspective. If you ever heard the song Warning by Incubus, that song is directly inspired by the book Ishmael, to where he talks about how you can set frogs in water, and then slowly turn up the heat, and they don't know they're boiling, and it's morbid, but I guess it goes with the My Bloody Valentine theme. But yeah, they don't know that they're boiling as the water gradually rises to a heat and a boil. And he talks about how that is like us as humanity, that we don't realize that what we're doing to each other. So anyway, Daniel Quinn, Ishmael is a really good book, directly inspired, Warning by Incubus. So if you ever wanted to know more meaning, listen to Warning. Again, read Daniel Quinn, Ishmael. It's a really entertaining book. Daniel Quinn's he's a craftsman when it comes to storytelling, and so that's one of my favorite books that I've read like a million times. But so I say that to say that the man who sort of told me about that, it came from my parents too. But I wondered why this older man was always calling me sir, and I felt that I should have been calling him sir, and he told me it's just because he was told to always call people sir and ma'am, just because it's it's a sign of respect, and not necessarily just for elders, but it was a sign of respect to everybody. So it doesn't matter if you're older than somebody, if you what I'm saying, if you're younger than somebody. you should definitely download the book, Auntie Dina. But yeah, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your stature, rich, poor, just showing, it's one word, man, just showing a little bit of respect. So that's why I always say sir and ma'am, and I always get the, you don't have to call me sir, you don't have to call me ma'am thing. Yes, Jared, yes, amazing lyrics. But yeah, man, you don't have to. Just one word. It doesn't matter. Like I tell, once they say, "Hey, why are you calling me sir or ma'am?" I say, "Man, it's just, that's what I do." It doesn't, like, you make me feel old, and I'm like, well, I'm just trying to show you that I respect you. So yeah, that's just me. A little insight to me. Again. More episodes, QuincyForteMusic.com. I still get that, especially from young people. I totally agree that it's a respect thing. And I think that it, I'm about to sound like an old ass man. But I think that's something these kids today aren't doing. Yeah, there's, like, I've talked about this in a previous episode, where I go to a retail store, and things that are being done, like, I am not saying that I was the most productive worker at all times, but at the same time, you understood sort of customer service. You understood that when you have somebody at your register, you're not talking about the party that you were at yesterday and completely ignoring the person that's in front of you. Or you don't have your Bluetooth in and you're talking on your cell phone while you're checking somebody out while you're at work. And so respect, I think, is definitely something that's lacking. It's definitely something that I try as a parent to sort of teach, our son right now. Right now, we still try to open doors as much as possible for a man or a woman, just out of courtesy. That's just something that we do. It's true. Looking at back, my experience next to the generation of kids lack respect and communication skills in general. Communication skills is very, very lacking. And that's just because, like, look at so Mother's Day, we were at Rosa's. I need to stop mentioning names until somebody sponsors this show. But we were at Rosa's. Shout out to Rosa's for amazing food. But there was a whole table of like 18, and I'm exaggerating. There was like 12 people at the table, right? Every single one of them was on their cell phone. Every single one of them. None of them was like, "Hey mom, how you doing? Happy Mother's Day. Let's talk before we eat. Let's commune." It's just, I felt like looking at that scene. It's a wonder. Like, I wonder what, if you're religious, what the Last Supper would look like with smartphones. Like, would like Jesus be sitting there like tweeting, "Hey, yo, this is my last dinner." All his disciples are like taking groupies, and just like, instead of communing and touching each other, like, we'd have this different painting of everybody sort of just on their cell phone and nobody talking, and then there would be like an R.I.P. Jesus shirt that happened after the fact. That's really blasphemous, but I think it's funny, and it's kind of what I was thinking, man. It's just like, people again have lost lots of bread and wine emojis. Yes. But man, it's just the fact that that's where we're headed, and it's kind of crazy. I notice myself doing it sometimes too. Like you get home and you don't necessarily, I mean, because if you're, it's so addicting, because I have so much stuff to do throughout the day at work. But sometimes if it's visible, if I can see it, if there's a notification that goes off, something, I'm in the middle of hunkering down and I look and I'm like, oh, I got that notification. I cannot ignore that red notification. I cannot ignore the things that pop up on my home screen, even if it's a high pollen alert from the Weather Channel. I have to touch my phone, and I try to kind of tone that down when I get home, but it's still crazy that that we're addicted. All the Last Supper emojis that are showing up. I appreciate your candor. So yeah, this has been Frosty Friday episode 9. Lots of amazing people have joined. I'm drinking My Bloody Valentine. It's a Halloween beer out of AleSmith. It has bittersweet chocolate, caramel toast. I can't taste any of that, to be completely honest with you. All I taste is bitter. I don't get a lot of the hints and the things that they had mentioned, but then again, they also said that it doesn't taste, it doesn't age well, so it's probably meant to be drink fresh, and that's probably why it was $7.99 when it first released. It was probably around $20 a bottle. But again, it's a solid beer. So I am going to seek it out around Halloween this year, and kind of see how it is. And then another one I'm looking forward to, while we're on the subject of future releases, is Intrinsic Brewing, my favorite brewery that is in downtown Garland. And it's my favorite. These emojis are killing me. It's my favorite brewery. Because A, I play there, B, they make amazing beer, and C, I'm just going to go on, and this is going to be a commercial, they have amazing food. The nachos in particular that are served after 3 p.m. every day. It's really sad. I used to have an addiction to Taco Bell, and so Intrinsic has become my new Taco Bell, but I only eat there when I play there, so I think if I ate there more, I'd be broke. So it's all good. But there are nachos, there's barbecue sauce, there's beans, there's cheese, there's tortilla chips. So it combines everything about Texas into a nacho platter. And it's usually enough for like 2 meals. So I usually eat it for lunch. And then I was pretty good brisket. I need more money for advertising you're doing. I do need money for advertising. I really do. Can you make that happen? Dina is going to be my agent. My next show, yes, this is usually the part of the show when I do that. My next show is June 17th, from noon to 3 at Intrinsic Brewing in downtown Garland. I'm working on, again, I had mentioned that I had another opportunity that we're working on that's kind of, it's not fully baked out, but yeah, so hopefully there's going to be at least one show of me, future shows of other artists, telling stories. If you're in Plano, there's going to be an advertisement in a local, what in the world? A local publication that you would possibly get as a mailer. So yeah, I'm hoping this thing is going to be as big and as awesome, and it can better learn life is a highway or Andrew's gonna be mad. Yeah, so that show I'm working on. No, I am far from drunk. Well, probably my tolerance is down because I only drink like once or twice a week. It could be because this is evil and it's 6.66% alcohol volume. Again, I don't know if they're just lying to me, or if they actually made it 6.66%. Um, but yeah, so this has been Frosty Friday episode 9. If you're wondering what she's talking about with the Life is a Highway thing, there's a video on my Facebook. It is lame. It's not 12% alcohol. Thanks, Nolan. But yeah, there's a video of my son singing Life is a Highway, which is his new favorite song, which I'm not even a country-ish person, but I'm pretty sure that my son absolutely loves country, because I think we were at Costco at one point. My wife can attest to this, and there was a country song on. He started singing. He doesn't even know the words. He just started trying to match the harmonies and match the vocals. Doesn't do that with any other kind of music. Mine sometimes, I guess. So other than me being his favorite artist, any country artist probably is his favorite. But I don't know that it's the country necessarily, or if he loves acoustic like his dad. Something about the acoustic guitar. Maybe I'm partially hippie. But it's just because the natural wood tone strings is kind of primitive, I guess, when it comes to making music. And so I love acoustic music. I love how stripped down it could be. Yeah, so maybe he got that love of acoustic music from me. Kids pick up melodies they like. Yes, that is definitely true. He even picks up ad-libs. So every time they say woo in the song, like woo, he knows exactly he knows exactly when to say it. And if you say the woo out of line, he yells at you and says, "Daddy, that's not the woo part yet." So that's my son in a nutshell. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to Frosty Friday episode 9, My Bloody Valentine. Paired it with the Deftones, just because it's a bitter beer. I was bitter when I first got into the Deftones, in the sense that I didn't really like them. I didn't understand the hype behind the Deftones. I didn't know why so many people liked them. I didn't know why they were still around. But once I actually sat down with White Pony, Deftones album, it caused me to go back and reevaluate my initial bitterness and decision regarding the Deftones. And so I have been a fan ever since. Koyo No Yukon, I guess I don't even know how to say that album name. And then this recent one, excuse me, yeah, this recent one has a lot of just melodic tunes on it, and so you can kind of see their growth. And as a lot of the bands that I started listening to have grown, you listen to some of their old stuff, and then you listen to how they grow into adults, not adults, how they get older, right? But yeah, their music sort of grows with me, and it sort of meets me in a place to where I am now. Yeah, so it's been an interesting day, to say the least. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to Frosty Friday, episode 9. It's been awesome. Next Friday, I should be here, same time-ish. If not, I will have some content to post, and it'll be all good. You can find past episodes on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/QuincyForte. Quincy Forte Music, actually, I think is what it is. And then this playlist for the Deftones is going to be posted on QuincyForteMusic.com /The Ramblings. And it's my blog where I post all the Frosty Friday episodes. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.